Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm here to review Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings movie review. Shang Chi starts with him living the American dream with his best friend until his past catches up with him, and then that's when the journey begins and ends up taking him home because America is not his home. And also the story picks up from where he left off when he left home as a child before he came to America. So thoughts and feelings about this film. Right, Shang-Chi, good film. Must see. I'm even gonna just put that out there nice and early. It's a definitely must see. It's the kind of vibe I got when I first watched Black Panther. It's a lot of the culture of like American Chinese to Chinese. It's a lot of that integrated into this film, like the way we had black culture and African culture mixed into Black Panther. I definitely got that vibe in this film. Really enjoyed it. It's a really good origin story. We have got a bad guy, but it's not really a bad guy. And we eventually think that the dad is the bad guy, but he's not. It's again this demon from another dimension. But the reasoning and the why for his father is a sympathetic reason. Like, you know, sometimes you might go a little bit mad when you lose your loved one. And he kind of did. And it made him sympathetic, which in turn makes him not so bad of why he did what he did, you know. But again, what he did, he brought the family together. So, yes and no, yes and no, he did good, and yes and no, he did bad. So, it all kind of rolls in together. Again, what I liked about this film, the Chinese culture and the American culture kind of mixed in between each other, to the first generation, to the second generation, and then even the fighting skills, paying homage to definitely Jackie Chan, like, especially the scene where he's like outside the building and he's like fighting all those guys. That scene looks very, very similar to Jackie Chan in Rush Hour. I'm sure it's the second one. And that's definitely reminiscent of that film. And all, like, you know, Chinese American films that were famous, definitely Shang-Chi definitely pays homage to that, in the sense like, you know, look at where we've come from and this is where we are now. So those are the things I really like. The power though with Shang-Chi, does he have power? I don't know. Like what? Okay, so he can use the elements of the world, but the power of the rings is not his. So what power does he really have? I don't know. But he's a powerful guy in the sense that he can learn very quickly, especially with the martial arts skills. He picked that up really quickly, especially when it came to learning about his mum. He kind of picked that up really quickly, especially when he was talking with his auntie. So we know that when it comes to those skills, yes, and he has power, but how powerful is he really without the rings? Question. Again, like I said earlier, guys, the score that I would give it is definitely a must-see, especially if you want to, you know, continue the story of the Phase 4 and where Marvel were going. It definitely shows the Phase 4 of where Marvel were going. The cameos in it was really good. Shout out to Abomination, shout out to Wong. We got why they were there in the first place. Then the shout out to Trevor and the tie-in with Iron Man 3. That was really good. I was even surprised to see him. He was like, what are you doing here? Like, and he brought the comedy for that bit. That was really good. So the tie-ins of the past, even saying that, I was going to say, the tie-ins of the past even made reference to the fact that the Mandarin is not called the Mandarin. Like, it's just a name that was given to him or given about him, but that's not really his name. And then obviously, due to the revelation of the so-called Mandarin, Aldrich Killian used that name, used it for Americans, and the Americans got scared. Boom. Even though he wasn't even functioning as the Mandarin. So even from that side to tie in our whole Iron Man 3 thing, perfect. Very good. It won't leave any more that salt in the wounds, especially when we really wanted to see a Mandarin in Iron Man. But it does tie it in nicely to show that this is the reason why. So Marvel basically covered their backs in a nutshell. That's it. So yeah, it was a good film. I really did enjoy it. It was really good. But guys, did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you catch any other Easter eggs that I didn't see? Comment down below, like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time, guys. Later.